Hello, this is Andrew Bermudez, and I would like to give you a behind-the-scenes look at Late for the Soccer Match. Okay, so this is the first set that we filmed on. This is the Prehistoric Jungle set, where Peter Whitman encounters Ulysses S. Powell. An interesting thing about this scene, originally it was going to end with Peter Whitman not getting to the soccer match. He just gets stuck in the jungle. But then I decided to make it a little more humorous to have Ulysses S. Powell from when barrels fly jump out and save the day. And you can see the Mega Wing wrecked right there. That is the actual one from the THAC 8 film. This is the next set that we worked on. This is the Winter Village set. It's not the biggest, but it's probably the most detailed of all of the sets. You see, I took the concept of taking all of the different Winter Village sets and putting them all together in one scene with a few extra buildings, and then you can see the mine right there where Peter Whitman gets blasted into the air. Yeah, I was thinking about different things. I decided to incorporate some of the forest sets into this film to add lots of variety. Okay, here you can see some of the official Winter Village buildings that are lining the street to give extra sense of a village. And then you can see a little mountaintop that was built for this set with a few custom buildings sitting on top of it. And then there's a few little musicians down there. This set was very simple to work with. This was literally just a green screen where I positioned everything so that you'd have the green stands and all that. So then I just hit a button in the post-production and remove all of it. Here's a little thing that was actually built for a scene that was deleted from the movie. We'll be getting to that in a little bit. And you can see that it's just green all over to remove later on in post-production. And here is the actual soccer stadium built for the movie. And you can see all the different props that we have down there because of all the different versions I need to do for each of the different endings. And you can see the cast and crew down there. So yeah, when I was first thinking about this film, back when the kitchen sink contest was first announced, I thought about it. I wanted to go with the concept that you could take in a bunch of different directions. So I thought about it, and I thought it'd be cool to do something based around the sports Lego theme. So I thought about this for a minute, and then there was actually an old story starter from the old Lego Studios website that talked about a team captain being late for the soccer game. And then the concept focused on the players, but I decided, what if I focus on the captain and his desperate attempt to get to the soccer stadium? And then that's where I started from, and then the rest is history. So here you can see some of the grandstands. I put a couple hidden characters in them, filled them with lots of soccer fans. While far from being the largest set in the film, this one I'd say I'm probably the most proud of, mainly because of the mountainside that was built for this set. This is basically the train tracks going through the forest set. So then I have a few forest police cars there, some trees. There's a bear there swatting at a honeycomb. I really put a lot of detail into this set. Interesting thing actually, Seth Masterson versus Shark Hoops was actually going to be a different film that took place on this set, but then that was canceled, and then the Seth Masterson versus Shark Hoops concept was then fully realized later on. I'll get to that in a little bit. And here is the actual mountain setup that was built for this scene. Yeah, for this set, I actually took my thought about it. I took the design actually more from model train magazines than from actual city structures, buildings, and stuff like that. I wanted to give it a very rustic, naturalistic look so that it felt in place with the Winter Village set that you saw previously. Moving on to something much more industrial looking, here is the set for the Spaceport set. Yeah, I know, it's weird. you're probably thinking, why is there a tram stop in the middle of the spaceport? Isn't this a restricted area? Yeah, well, let's just put it this way. T-Rexes can't come back to the present day, and other things like that. So yeah, it's animation. You can do pretty much whatever you want. So that aside, this set is kind of cool. It incorporates many of the old classic 1999 Spaceport sets in there. You can see the space simulation station there, and you can see there's a couple flame pieces sitting there for the booster rockets on the test shuttle. I removed those and then added in special effects later, something that I'm really working on working on now, something I didn't really do before, but I'm working on now and with future projects. And here we have the middle of the ocean. Yeah, it's not that elaborate of a set, but then again, it didn't need much. It's just a little rock island in the foreground, a lighthouse in the background, and then the speedboat. And you can see the place where the jet ski gets built right there. Yeah, here's an interesting thing about those builds, though. When Peter Whitman builds up either the pump car or the jet ski, originally the audience was going to build it, but I felt that would kind of take away from the experience, because I was thinking about working towards winning the contest, and I felt that putting the build in would kind of detract from the whole choose your own adventure thing. It felt kind of out of place was the problem. And here is the big downtown set where the hotel where Peter Whitman is staying at the beginning of the film is located. So you can see I have a couple of the modular buildings in the background there, because another thing I've been doing recently is trying to put in physical buildings in the background so that you look back there and you see, oh, there's buildings back there, instead of saying, hey, look, there's a painted facade with a bunch of painted buildings on there. It's much more convincing if the physical buildings are actually there. So there's the actual Legoland Hotel from the beginning of the film. And you can see that here I was also already thinking about ways to have the story diverge. Not only do I have the tram and the bus, but I also have the switch point, which you just saw, for the tram to go off in two different directions. So here it is, the huge Marina set that not only played to the harbor scenes for the soccer match, but it was also the set for Seth Masterson versus Shark Hoops. So there was also a shark stomach set built for this scene, for that particular film, but that was kind of slapped together at the last minute, so I don't have any pictures of it. So you can see that this marina actually dates back quite a while. I built it myself quite a while ago. It's just that I had it, and then I decided to set it up and use it as the set for the harbor scenes. Although the train that runs behind the marina was added later to add the train variation to the film. So you can see other portions of the marina here, like you can see the dock, and then there's Peter Whitman inside the tram getting ready to head off to another point where the story can diverge in even more different directions. Okay, so here's the final set that I filmed on. It's the Coast Guard HQ. Again, a lot like the Winter Village, but even to a greater degree. This set, everything was already built. I just set up the camera, and filmed. So not a lot happens here in the movie. Basically, Peter Whitman walks up, talks to the Coast Guard woman, and then gets on the helicopter parked right there. So that's pretty much all I have for the soccer match to mention. And when the contest results for this film were announced, late October, early November, the film actually won for the second place in the 13 plus category. Okay, so here are some short deleted scenes that were cut from the movie, and here they are really quickly. That second one was actually a original version of the police car driving away that appears in the film. I had to reshoot it because in the original you may notice that you can see the end of the tracks and it looks really awkward. So that's everything I have to say. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe.